Good morning. It is February 19th, 2015. This is just going to be a vlog. Now, I understand you're not going to get glamour Phoenix every vlog. So sometimes you just have my little simple lipstick and my hair pulled back just like this one. Now, if you read my blog yesterday, you got to see where I'm having to kind of deal with communication issues with his school. And I keep trying to tell people perfection is not an option. Now, I had joked about the little essay about whether or not athletes should have to be on the AB honor roll, and I was like, yeah, right. The more you keep trying to put people in a cage and then wonder why they want to blow the hell out the damn cage, you can't be that naive about certain things. We are all individuals. I can't stress that enough. That's why I talk about diversity. Now, I'm going to use an environment that I worked in as an example. You had two layers of crazy shit going on. You had permanent employees who were looking at the contractors like we were peons, which I thought was funny because I'm like, we're doing the same job. What the hell does it matter? At the end of the day, we pulling the same tickets and having to do the same job. We just don't have the title of permanent. So all that little extra nonsense that was going on, I just kind of, in my mind, I'm like, this is some dumb, petty shit. Secondly, you actually had a little bit of race element. Oh, believe it or not, yeah, that was 2013 that was, but you still had a little bit of race element going on. Now, let's keep it real. In any environment, you're going to have some political stuff, okay? So you naturally had a couple of people that had gotten their jobs because of who they knew in their family and all that kind of stuff. This shit just happens, okay? This is what I explained to my son. Even when I talked about daddy ball that time, he was playing football. I said, this is what it is. They had the dads coach and they're going to get all the good positions. Now, that don't mean you don't say what the hell you need to say. That is bullshit. But just so he understood that dynamic. So in this environment, when I came in as a contractor, uh, it's funny because I came in kind of mingling with everybody, black, white, like it don't matter to me. I come in like I got a job to do, and me, I always try to bring a positive spin in. I started sending out what I called "Riddle Me This" emails, where I actually was sharing my knowledge, and it was a way. It became kind of a game, and that was the whole point to kind of liven folks up. I would send like a "Riddle Me This." Why is this, and this? And so as people, it was a way to teach as well. Now it's funny because the lead in the team started getting pissed off because he was sitting on his ass. If we just want to keep it real, he wasn't doing what the hell he was supposed to be doing. So as people were learning from me, he was getting jealous and envious and pissed off. So naturally, guess what he got to start doing? Watching. Every time I went to lunch, the food would watch and be like, she was gone an hour and 2 minutes, and I'm just like, you know what? You just a hating ass fool. And so but I understood people. Now, it's funny because at the same job, I sat right in the middle of two ex-military men. Now, y'all know it's something about me and military men. Maybe because I worked on the base, I know how to get along with them instinctively, right? The one to the right of me was a Sage. You talking about Gratchet? And people were like, ooh, his attitude terrible. But that don't faze me. I'm like, I kind of knew this is the difference with me. I don't judge a person right off the bat and like, oh, he's just an asshole or whatever. Something I knew something had gone on with him. For some reason, that's the vibe I got. Because as I started chit chatting with him, he'd be like, "Oh, you want a mint? You want this and that?" Maybe he could get that vibe that I was real himself or whatever it is. But we chit chat. The other leader to the left saying people saying how jacked up his attitude was, and we got along just fine. And it's funny because he was looking at me how I moved and stuff. And finally one day he was like, you doing more than management is doing. Have you managed before? And I just kind of gave that little smile, that indication, like, and he was like, okay, you can see him say, yeah, she know her shit. Because he could tell the stuff that I was doing involving the team that, yeah, I had a background in leadership and management, so that's how I knew what solutions to offer. And that problem was right next to him, you had a hater. And when I say hater, I started giving solutions that were going to make everybody's life on that team easy. But you always going to have that one person, like one or two people that always got something to say. And this woman could not stand my ass because at the end of the day, I'm going to keep it real with you. I think physically she was in the way I look physically and the fact that I have a brain and I was coming in bringing a new element into that team. She couldn't stand it. And so it became a point. I mean, the good news is I basically just ignored the ass because at some point it's just like, you know what, girl, I done worked on a military base and had all kind of people coming for me on purpose because I'm female and because I'm black. You think your little attitude phasing me? Girl, please. So, long story short, all those little dynamics, a little petty shit, I could see now why the man on the right from me was grouchy. He had gotten passed over for his promotion by some political bullshit. So now he had that fuck this shit attitude about the job. Like, I'm going to come in here and do minimal what I'm supposed to do. And then that's how he rolled. And I finally understood why. I knew there was something with him. The man to the left of me, he could peep the same shit. And this is the same guy I told you once I left. This is the one that told me about old hating ass girl. After I left, she was hee hee ha ha. The bitch didn't know I had my own business, so she felt stupid because she thought, yeah, I got rid of that bitch. I tripped her up. Look, now she ain't got no job, bitch. I been had my own business. So when people start that negative and that hater ass shit like that, that's why I'm so big on moving around from all that. So when I start talking about these whole school elements the way that I am, this is why you can't use cookie cutter with everybody. And you know what I don't want to teach my son is I want him to know I have his back when it's some crap going on, but I don't want him to think that I'm always getting him out of trouble, and that's why I strike that balance like this. But I think what's going on now is I'm having to strike a balance where it's like, hey, these teachers, you can't be that negative with these kids all the time. Perfection is not an option. Have a great day.